Number 11 is one in front of the one. It is very simple. You are in front of your own self, your own reflection. So what do you want to experience? It all depends on you. Number 11 is also an angel number. That means your angels are going to be with you, the one in front of that one, and will show you exactly what you are attracting to yourself and what you also want to change about yourself. 1111 brings a lot of emotions out of me. We are getting closer to 1111, and for so many reasons, for many years, on 11/11/2011, I decided to, the message came through me. I was working very hard, and people had a hard time to give me business because I was not perhaps belonging to them and not part of them. And I had to deal with that. And I came home and I was very emotional, crying, uh, and then I thought, this message started coming through me that, why are you sad? Why are you afraid of a new beginning? This could be the new beginning, the chapter of your life that you've always been waiting for. Why are you worried when your father is the king in the whole universe, is the wealthiest, is the more abundant being in the whole entire universe? Why are you afraid of? And that moment I decided on the rooftop of a building that I will let go and start seeing clients, which was my natural talent. Even when I was working in downtown Los Angeles, I was told, you're helping everybody. You're actually, your words are motivating for people to sell even in that company. And you're very good at it. So I decided to just go with my natural talents and abilities and healings that I could, and the effect I had on people. So I left that. I left that company and I decided, and since after that, I have not been working in that realm, in that area anymore, and have been helping for many years the people, and the people showed up, and one thing led to another thing, and now I am here. But 11/11 also was the day in 2021 that I felt that I found the love of my life and I got married, and that marriage ended after 11 months of that. And it was some kind of awakening for me that touched me in the core of my existence, that whatever image I see of myself, it's in that moment it came to an ending. Whatever I thought it would be making me happy, it came to the ending. So I had to find myself, as if I was burning. I started burning, and I thought I cannot do it. And I said basically, I cannot do this. I cannot. And my husband that decided to leave, I literally begged him to stay, but he, as if he was on a mission, he had to leave. So in that moment, I thought all of the things, all of the images I had of myself was coming to an end. And who am I in that moment? Who am I? And that was the question. How do I survive this one? It's like, and I went to the dark night of the soul for 2 years. Through the dark night of the soul, in that moment, a couple days after he decided to leave, I heard a voice, because I was really affected by it, and I didn't know how to maintain my own nervous system. And the voice was very loud and clear. I've had many spiritual experiences before, many visions and heard voices, but this one was so profound, coming within the core of myself, echoing inside me, saying, something really good is happening to you. Something really good is happening to you. Some of my friends, they said it was the voice of Holy Spirit based on their own belief. Some, they say it was the voice of God. Some say, they said in Farsi, Sorush Izadi, means the the voice of the all being, the whole beingness itself. But it didn't matter what we name it. It was a voice that had an effect with it. It was echoing inside me. And that day, for the whole day, I became so detached from, as if I was in the moment of bliss and peace that I cannot define to anybody. My whole being was feeling so detached from anything. And I said, could this feeling really last? That feeling kept me going. When it was really hard, it would come to me and stay with me. As if when you intend to meditate, you try to meditate, but this meditation was coming to me and taking over me. For 3 days, I was so detached and so peaceful that I thought, oh, this is what people talk about. These are people talk about the state of beingness, the state of bliss and peacefulness that is so detached from everything. This is what they're talking about. And can this feeling really last for good? I would not even want anything else in the world but just this feeling to stay with me. And I cannot know why, but this feeling would come and go and would come and go. And I know there is a purpose for that, which we can get into later. But through this 2 years of transformational, transforming me into the core, changing me from within. And I know the change is always endless. We can change to become perhaps enlightened beings, perhaps becoming one with the whole existence, with God, perhaps the Holy Spirit taking over you and you become one with God. That's the ultimate goal. But I think what I went through for the past 2 years has prepared me for this moment, that I am allowing myself to be vulnerable to the world. And it's not an easy task to do, but I had a very hard time with it, to accept that I have come here to finally come to the sense of expressing myself to the world, so I can help many others that are going through the same thing. And through it all, actually, I have helped uh, many clients through the past 2 years that they had to deal with abandonment issues, dealing with the relationships that they thought is working and it wasn't working. Um, uh, Perhaps the attachments they had to someone or something that they had to let go of. Uh, and I have helped so many by going through that fire myself. And I feel like now on this 11/11, coming this 11/11, it came to me a couple days ago, early in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning, that this 11/11 is about me facing my purpose and putting myself into the world, and the me and my higher self. All the mirror images didn't work. They broke, but now this one is about me and my work that I came to do in this world, that I was born to do in this world. And I have been praying every day, use me. Use me so that I can be a source and a tool of upliftment, not only for myself, but for those that they have a hard time to be vulnerable, for those that they have a hard time to say what they're struggling with. And yes, you have to deal with anxiety, you have to deal with abandonment issues. And I know there is a trend of uh, people talking about empath and narcissistic relationship that I came to know about for the past 2 years, that it feels very real to people. And it is real, actually. But that is, in one level of it, is true. But in the higher levels of this relationship is that empaths are actually asking, their soul is asking for something that can, for them to get rid of the feeling of abandonment that could be in their DNA, that could be in their history. And finally, this relationship will bring it all out, that you have no choice than dealing with it. And for me, in that level, if you look at it from a higher perspective, those souls call each other to free each other. Perhaps if the empath, we need empathy in this world this world is lacking empathy and compassion now, more than ever before. But those empaths that are going through these relationships, it's their liberation. It's actually for them to use this energy of whatever relationship taught them, use this energy to change themselves and to become alchemists, to become a source of power and change for the world, to be an empath, but have discernment, to be empath, but make your voice be heard, to be empath, but have boundaries, to be a strong empath, not an attached empath, not a people pleaser. So these are all the things that I had to really identify and let go one by one. And now this 1111 brings all of that memory to me, but I have a feeling that this 1111 is about another level of my opening to the world, another level of um, liberation, another level of ascension. They talk 1111. It was the day of ascension on 2021. In fact, when I was getting married on that day, someone told me it is the ascension day. And sure enough, it has ascended me to a different level. Not to where I really want to be yet, but it actually initiated that for me. And I'm so grateful for the soul that I called to myself, or that person that came to me to liberate me to where I am now. And so this is for my friends, for people, for ladies that are going through or went through this, to use this, whatever they're going through, the challenges of having that relationship, to uplift themselves, and not only themselves, make themselves new and fresh, and still be an empath, but for higher purpose.